The obvious question is, what brings you to the Jewish Film Festival?
I had to try out my new wheelchair. No, I understand Tom Hanks has something to do with this. Yeah, I'm mostly in favor of expanding human presence. Me and Stephen Hawking.
Do you think that Earthlings ought to colonize the moon and other planets?
Yeah, we visited the moon, but I think we need permanence on another planet that's more hospitable, like Mars. And I think we can expand U.S. leadership in that direction rather than going back to the moon and be greeted by the Chinese. That's not the way to do things. We need to help them and the Indians and the Japanese and Europeans to get to the moon, and they'll help us build a permanent base on Mars.
Do you have any experience with the Israeli aerospace industry?
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with some of their fighter aircraft, and El Al. Yeah, I've known got a lot of respect for them.
Aldrin.
I've had a few other things on my mind the last few days, and I had no idea, other than somebody said, well, it's a little bit about space, and Tom Hanks had something to do with this, but really I had no idea what I was coming to see, and I think that this is one of the most masterful stories about so many things, but the humanity of the human beings involved, and the way this crew faced their mission, and the way that you portrayed it, I think is something that really needs to be seen by so many people in the country. I unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to really get to know Ilan, but I did command the test pilot school, and there was one student there who was head and shoulders above all the others, and I think it's so typical of the race of the Jewish folks to come up with outstanding people. Right now I can't think of his name, but I will, because he ended up commanding the Israeli Air Force and El Al. I'll think of his name in a little bit, but I am just so moved, not just by the spirituality that I think is so well exhibited here of what the values are that these crewmen, and especially Ilan, have. I did have occasion, nothing real special, to have a few words with Ramona?
Rona,
yeah. And I just wish that we had anything like this done on our flight. I do believe that, as Peter has said, that we are at a very crucial crossroads in space, and there's a lot to be said about the space shuttle and its missions, and what was right and what was maybe not right. But the most important thing is about the crew members that were a part of that and given an assignment, whatever the pros and cons are of where this fit into the entire program. I'm very optimistic about our future. It was mentioned that this is the 50th anniversary of Alan Shepard's flight. In a few more days, it'll be the 50th anniversary of President Kennedy's speech before Congress, charting a course for America to send a man to the moon and bring him back safely. I feel so honored to have played a part in doing that, and I am so thankful that I've been given the opportunity to speak to the JFK Library in Boston on the 50th anniversary, May 25th. I hope to maybe marshal together some of the thoughts that I have and some of my team have so that we can make that available to a number of other places in the country because lunch in Eastern time zone is before most other people would have a ceremony on the 50th anniversary of Kennedy's speech. I feel that that I've chosen a path that is dedicated to American leadership in space. And I feel that everyone on that crew would love to have had the great opportunities that I've had and would be very supportive to what I hope will be the really eye-opening future that we have. It took us 66 years to go from Kitty Hawk to Tranquility Base. Another 66 years is a very good time for permanence, American permanence on the planet Mars. Thank you.
Thank you, Buzz. Thank you.